Hey guys, I wanted to go over Lab 1 with you, just to kind of how to go through it, complete it, what you need to do. So you've got your assignment steps here. So there's 4 lessons you got to complete, um, which is the getting started and the lab safety, the lab kit inventory whenever your kit actually comes in and arrives at your home, and then completing like the actual lab itself. So there's 4 parts. I know it said the lab kit inventory says it's not part of your grade, but you do have to complete it because Science Interactive is kind of famous for, when they ship things, things break. They might not include everything. And you only have 3 days once you get the lab to actually contact them and say, hey, I'm missing this, or hey, this is broken, for them to fix it. If you don't do that, then it's kind of like you're out of luck, and you don't get, points awarded back to you or anything like that. Like if you contact me and you're like, oh, I don't have it, that's kind of on you. So sorry. Um, you might have to like go out and purchase things to have what you need. So I kind of showed y'all this in the overview video, but you're going to click on this link and it should take you, directly to it. And you've got sections that you need to complete. It's just going to kind of walk you through, how to use the cloud, kit orders and shipping, things like that. Kit should have already been, ordered for you, but you need to double check to make sure that you receive confirmation of that through your student email. If not, then you need to contact the bookstore, which I showed you before. But yeah, you're gonna work through everything that it tells you to go through. Um, this is talking about, unpacking your kit and doing the inventory. Again, it's really important that you make sure you have everything. I have seen test tubes broken. I've seen yeast that isn't alive, which that's, you know, sometimes the yeast that they ship in the kit, it gets exposed to heat. And so trying to do like the experiment that you have to do in lab 2 won't work. So I always recommend that you buy your own yeast, just because sometimes it just doesn't work, the one that they send. But what will eventually happen is you'll get to where it says question time. It'll ask you a question and you answer it. It'll record it. Make sure you hit the next button because a lot of times there's multiple questions. Um, Once you keep going, to review this, how to take screenshots, because there are going to be lessons that require you to have pictures. You've got some resources here, so how to contact them is listed here. And then you've got, questions that you need to answer. Then you move on to the experiment. It will typically tell you any materials you need. This is so you get practice with data tables, which are always listed down here. So if you pull this up, you'll be able to put in your answers. If you click on data table 2, you'll fill that in. Panel 1, you've got a question to answer, and then this is practicing uploading the photos that they kind of walked you through with the exploration. Then you go to evaluation. You should have, the overview. You'll hit start evaluation. It'll give you a review for extension questions that you want to answer, and then you'll go to final report, to make sure that everything is done and submitted. And then you will come back to your your links, hit lab safety, and then basically, rinse and repeat. So go through all the lab safety lessons, answer the questions through each one, then you do the experimentation links, evaluation, right? Go back, go to lab kit inventory. Okay, this is what it talks to you about with accessing your inventory list. Again, you can't do this until the kit arrives, and it arrives about 7 to 10 days after um, the drop date. So, this you're going to have to come back to, right, to complete it. So you're not going to be able to complete this in the week one or whatever, but you'll have to come back to it when it arrives. That's why the lab inventory isn't graded, because everybody's gets there differently. And then finally, the the overall lab itself, the thing that you're going to submit to the assignment is right here. You just can't access this without completing the getting started in lab safety. Like those are required to complete before you can actually do this. So if you're running into where you can't open this, it's probably because you haven't completed these two. So we're going to go ahead and go in here. And, this is basically walking you through how long it takes to do the experiment, which I've put in your syllabus as well. It'll ask you a question about this particular table. We can go to how to pour agar plates, walking you through that, right? Answer a question or two, and then helpful hints, review your answers, and then go to the experiment, right? It'll always tell you what materials you have. Again, this is lab 1, you don't need the lab kit. It's basically going to walk you through how to plan for the assignments. Data table listed right here so that you can put, all of your information in there. It's going to ask you to upload a photo of your calendar. And then you can go to evaluation. Now you'll click this final report and, the final report page will come up. And what you will do is then you'll hit Control P and it should say save as a PDF. You say, yep, I want to save it. Save it, your name and the lab 1 to your computer. And then what you should be able to do is go into assignments and go to lab 1. You do not need to upload your getting started or anything like that. It should already have been recorded in Science Interactive. So you're just uploading that last page, like this final report in this assignment. So what you should be able to do is click Add File, upload that file, and then hit Submit, and you're good to go. Reach out if you have any questions, you're not sure about anything, or something is acting weird when you're accessing Science Interactive. But yeah, other than that, I look forward to reading your material.